Welcome to The Bitter Truth, a podcast by Recover Now PLT, your training provider on workplace mental health. Hi, I'm Harry Dahan, Director of Learning of Recover Now PLT. Join me in a discussion about things that matter, your mental health and your well-being. Thank you for agreeing to have a chat with me. I understand that you are the corporate communication officer of a prestigious university. Can you tell me, from what I understand in this kind of profession, you always need to be on, your face needs to be on all the time, and you need to be kind of politically correct all the time. So how do you kind of manage? And I'm sure to be like that, it will take its toll on your being, your mental health, and all. So how do you manage that actually?
Okay, but first and foremost, I must say that it's true. Being a corporate communications officer, we are always required to be to appear professional. All right. So what I do is I put a clear boundary, a clear demarcation between my personal and professional life. Right. So actually, when I travel to work, yeah, it's quite a distance from my home to work. So it's about 1 hour drive, right? So my late mom, she always advised me to always leave whatever I'm supposed to leave at home. And whenever I come back from work, just leave whatever I need to do at work at the doorsteps. So that's a very clear boundary. All right.
Right.
So it's not that we are required to be professional.
Yes.
But we have to be true to ourselves. We cannot be like on point at all times.
That's what I was thinking,
right?
with this, we have to be on point all the time. But then, like it or not, sometimes our, things at home, our challenges at home
Yes.
seeps into our professional life. So how, and you told me that there's a distance in that traveling. So is that when
Yes,
you
that is when in the morning,
Ah.
that's when I prepare myself for work.
Yes.
And upon return,
Yes.
it's a time for me to just I basically take my time to actually clear my mind and prepare myself to leave whatever I need to once I reach home. Right. So that distance helps.
Okay.
Right.
So you're quite boundary.
Yes, that's how I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely it's you are always required to work over weekends, right?
Yes.
But that was easier before COVID.
Yeah.
All right, because there's a clear demarcation. But now with working at home and we are allowed to work from home on certain days,
Yes.
it's quite difficult to set that kind of boundaries.
Yeah.
But after certain years of training and allowing that to happen, we are actually able to have a clear demarcation of our time and play different roles at different times. That's how I do it. Yeah.
So boundaries are very important to you.
Yes.
How long have you been in this industry, Sham?
Actually, I'm into my 29th year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
29th year.
Yes.
So obviously you're enjoying it.
Yes, yes.
So what aspect of a PR's job do you enjoy actually that makes you stay 29 years? Same industry or different companies, or in the same company?
Actually, I had the opportunity to work at two different companies.
Okay.
Yeah. But the first one was only 1 year.
Right.
But I'm actually doing the same role.
Right.
All right. So when we talk about the corporate communications as a whole, yeah, what I actually do now I'm with a university, so it covers quite a large range of communications activities as well as actually coming out of the strategies to communicate strategically to all our stakeholders, right? So in terms of the dimension, so it ranges from the strategy of communications itself, right up to running out the activities, including media relations, through events and conference management, as well as stakeholder management, and it runs through right up to alumni relations. So that's the range because it's a
Okay.
university.
Forgive
right?
me.
Yeah.
I'm not in this industry, so there
Yeah.
are certain things that I don't understand. What do you mean by stakeholders management?
Oh, stakeholder management. Okay.
Mm,
Like in the university itself, when you talk about stakeholder management, we actually identify who are our stakeholders, right?
right.
So when we talk about at a university, the important stakeholders would definitely be the government itself,
Okay.
the students,
Students.
yeah, the sponsors, our academic partners, as well as industry partners. So
Right.
those are the stakeholders which are actually very important to us.
Right.
So in managing them,
How do you
requires,
manage them?
yeah, it requires, okay, to manage them well, it requires some kind of I would say proper planning,
Mm,
and it's more targeted communication, which is different. The different audience, we will need to approach them and communicate to them differently.
differently. So what are the
Yes.
challenges then?
Okay, if you were to ask me, yeah,
Mm,
among the most challenging tasks, yeah, as a corporate communication officer, is actually when we need to face the media, yeah, when crisis takes place,
right.
right?
So it's risk
Yeah.
management, damage control. That it can be
Yes,
quite challenging.
yes. But in the practices that we do, we maintain a very healthy relationship,
Right.
right? Because when we are facing challenging times, they are the people that actually help us, right?
How
Because,
so?
okay, for instance, yeah, when we talk about managing a good relationship with the media, right? They also need stories from us, yeah. So you always keep them updated.
Right.
If there are new, I would say, probably if the university comes up with a new research, share with them,
Okay.
yeah. And when we share with them, we ensure that we share unique angles to different media, right?
Mm,
So that kind of relationship that you actually build with them uh, will actually help you. Yeah, when you are faced with any problems, or if they hear anything negative about your university, they will actually come and ask and verify and clarify with you further
right.
before actually telling
The public.
the public
Yeah.
about
Okay.
whatever incident.
Okay. So
So that does
that's
help.
one of the challenges for you
Yeah,
to kind of dealing with them and then answering their difficult questions.
true. Yeah,
Yeah. So that
yeah.
can be. How does that kind of challenges? I suppose that's just one off
Yes,
in
yes,
at the
that is
workplace,
one
and
of,
I'm sure
yeah.
there are myriad of challenges for you, Sham. How does that affect your mental health, if at all?
Okay. Um, if we're talking about mental health,
Yes.
yeah, I would say there are certain times that it will be very stressful. Yeah, even throughout the year, there are certain, if you're talking about event management, there are certain events that require a lot of focus and dedication, and it can be very stressful. All right, especially when you have uh, the VIPs, the
Mm,
VVIPs,
yes.
or probably for certain occasion the our
Royalty.
royalties
And
in
with that comes the
attendance.
protocol.
Yeah, yeah, that's protocol bit, and also the actual day, the stress level is
Mm,
really high,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
So when we talk about
Anxious also,
mental,
you
yeah, you're
feel
anxious,
very anxious.
and it's a very challenging time. You're mentally challenged, right?
Yeah.
So how I manage that is that I ensure that my team, everyone involved in the event, is well prepared. Everyone
Right.
will have to know their role, and everyone will have to be crystal clear on their task. Okay,
Are
so
you a
that
micromanager?
yeah, sometimes,
Sometimes.
yeah. I have to
Okay.
admit, sometimes, yeah.
Yes.
But you need to do that.
Yep.
You need to be able to dedicate the task, delegate the task
Yeah.
well, so that you can manage the stress on the actual day.
Yes, I think
Yes,
preparation is the key to mitigate your level of anxiety.
true.
I think if you are
Yes,
very
true.
prepared, like everything else, if you need to sit for an exam or perform in a concert, you
Yes,
need to practice and prepare
true.
and make sure
Yeah.
everybody knows what they're
Yes,
supposed to be
yes.
doing.
True. When we
Yes.
talk about a team, that
Mm,
includes your superior. or your CEO for that matter.
Okay.
So they will have to be mentally prepared for the occasion.
Yes. How
Yes.
about when things are unexpected, Sham?
Okay. All right. So definitely, it happens. Yeah.
Mm,
And when things happen, basically
unexpectedly.
unexpectedly, yeah.
Yeah.
There were many incidents that has happened. I
Yeah.
would say, mm, I wouldn't say it was that severe, but yeah, definitely things happen. And for me, if it happens, usually because we try to anticipate what can go wrong, right, before the
Okay.
event.
Yes.
Usually, I have not, if events per se, I wouldn't say they were like major mishaps or things in that manner.
Mm,
But of course, it happens.
mm,
For instance, during an event, somebody fell and things like
yeah.
that. Yeah. So it's manageable in the sense that because the team has already know what to do, they
Okay.
know their role,
Yes.
right? So um, as long as everybody knows their role, and of course you have to be on your toes
Right.
to actually give instructions,
Mm,
so that people can actually address the issue
okay.
immediately. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
that's how I handle it. Yeah,
Mm,
but yeah, if you ask me in that context, I think it's manageable.
all right.
Yeah, if it's in the events context. But if you
Okay.
were to ask me,
How about things that, in our personal lives? In our personal life, sometimes things happen that we really didn't see it coming. Um, it's very unexpected.
yeah.
Um,
Mm.
how do we?
Actually, if you were to ask me something that I did not expect to
Mm,
happen,
yeah.
actually happened is actually today. Today, exactly today, 2 years back. Okay,
Oh, what happened?
26th of January, 2 years back. Yeah. Actually, that particular morning, yeah, my mom was sick. She was quite ill. Yeah, but we were like, yeah, we were having a conversation the night before, and we were reflecting that tomorrow, as in 26th January of 2023, is exactly, um, I would say, 11 years. Yeah, my grandmother left us.
Right.
It's like, because I took care of my grandmother and I took care of my mom as well.
Wow.
They were all staying with me. So we were talking that night, saying that, oh, tomorrow it will be exactly 11 years my grandma left us.
Mm,
And yeah, my mom was like, yeah, she wasn't, she was sad, yeah, but uh, I was really surprised the next morning. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
my mom was not sleeping that well that night.
Okay.
But the next morning, she left us on the
Oh,
same day. It was the same date, I would say, date and day
as your grandmother,
as my grandmother.
her
It's
mother.
26th January, my mom's mother, 26th January 2023. And it was on a Thursday. The 11 years back was also a Thursday.
Was she ill? Did you expect that?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
were
she
talking.
was she was ill, but
Yes.
I wouldn't say like she was that ill to leave me. She was ill
Oh.
definitely. After she was discharged from the hospital,
So did she
she was
pass in her
ill.
sleep, Sham?
Yeah, yeah. It was in her sleep
Oh,
because
wow.
I was talking to her, and then she was asleep.
Ah.
So I went back. I went up to have my bath.
Mm.
So my maid came to me, said, "Can you come down? I think something is wrong with my mom." So I went down.
Mm.
She was not responding already, right? So that was something that I did not expect.
Oh, I'm so sorry
That
to
was
hear
really,
that.
oh, it's just okay. So I was like, yeah, every year on the 26th, that's pretty challenging for me. But for it to happen on the same day, I was like,
That's quite
yeah, yeah, yeah.
significant, isn't it? Something.
Yes, yes, yes.
And, some people say, I don't know if it's any consolation for you, but the best death is when you die in your sleep. Some
I heard
people
that as
say
well.
that
Yeah,
you're not ill, you're not in a traumatic road traffic accident, or you didn't
yeah,
die. No, you're in your own home and you died peacefully in your sleep. Some
true.
people have said that that's the best death.
Yeah,
Yeah. What
yeah.
do you think about that, Sham? So
Um,
how do you process that?
yeah, okay. From that incident, basically, definitely the way she left, it was a very peaceful death, I would say.
Mm.
It's just that uh, I was not expecting it.
How?
That's the thing. I think
Yes,
that's the challenge in actually
exactly.
managing something that
Yeah.
you are not prepared to face.
Even when you're
Ah,
prepared, you're not prepared.
yeah,
Some people
true,
say, and even
true,
if
true,
you're
true,
that person is ill, the doctor say, okay, he's got like a week to go. He's very ill. There's no chance. Stage 4 cancer. You are prepared. Everybody's prepared, but you're never prepared, are you?
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
how did you process that?
Okay, so
Sorry to interrupt your
oh,
flow.
it's okay, it's okay. So
Mm.
basically, of course, I guess I was not able to process it immediately. So of
Mm.
course, during the day, it's like yeah, it went by. We want everything to be very quick. It's just that after that, yeah, I think the processing time takes place after 1 or 2 days after the incident because
Yes. Yeah.
you like people coming to your house and
Yes.
whatnot, right?
You got to
So
undergo through uh, the the burial procedures
yeah.
and things like that. So your
True.
mind is busy
Yes,
preparing for the
yes,
burial.
yeah. So you just focus on
You
whatever needs
focus,
to be
yeah,
done at that point of
and then
time.
grieve later.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Did you
But
grieve, Sham?
yes, I did.
How
I
did you
did.
grieve?
So I would say crying took quite, I would say maybe I can say every night, yeah, for about 1 month
Hmm.
or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I took some time to
Hmm.
actually digest because I guess I had the opportunity because how I felt is that when my mom was actually warded 2 years before that, yeah,
Hmm.
I took it. When I reflect back, I say that was already a reminder,
Hmm.
and actually it was a reminder, and also it's actually an opportunity for me to take care of my mom the 2 years after she was discharged from the hospital,
Hmm.
right? So I I if my mom was not warded, probably I am even not prepared for that situation. It was even worse for me
Yes.
because of my mom's
Illness.
condition for
Yeah.
that 2 years.
Your condition.
So
Hmm.
actually, it was the preparation time for me as well. At least I had
Oh.
time to actually take care of her,
Okay.
right? Because I felt that, as you mentioned, if it's an accident or an immediate death, it's even
Yes.
difficult for us to process
Yes.
and manage. But the fact that I had that 2 years after she was discharged from the hospital, she was with me.
Hmm.
So uh, that period I
Is your
tried to,
preparation
yeah, my
period?
preparation period, if
Okay.
preparation period, in the sense that that was a good opportunity that was
Hmm.
given to me
Yes.
for me to spend more time with my mom. So
Yeah.
that's a reminder because we're always busy with work. My
Yes.
mom has always been helping me to send my son to school.
Yes.
She has been doing
Very
that.
supportive.
Yeah, very supportive.
Mm, mm,
So she
mm,
has been giving us the support.
mm.
Yeah. After she retired, she has been with me. So I believe when that 2 years actually was an opportunity given to me
Right.
to actually spend more time
Okay.
and took care of her.
All right.
Right.
Mm,
So that
mm.
was a consolation to me.
So
That's how.
when you process it for after the burial and all that, you said you
Yeah.
cried for a few months.
Yeah.
Cognitively, intellectually, how do you process this death?
Hmm.
What do you say about to yourself or about your mother about the passing of your mom so that you feel better?
Yeah. Um, Actually,
Did you go through that process?
I guess without me realizing it, of course, I had gone through that process. Yeah. If you were to ask me, how did I process it and how did um, I would say, uh, if you're asking about thought process, yeah, I must say that how did I actually console myself is by saying, uh, if if my mother were to leave me at that very point when she actually was warded, she was actually warded at the ICU.
Yes.
Yeah, if she was left me at that point of time,
Yes.
it was even worse for me.
Right.
That was how I consoled myself.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so I should be grateful for the extra 2 years that was
Yes.
given to me.
Right.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
So you felt, for one of a better word, satisfied. Satisfied, and you must have felt grateful.
Yes, I felt grateful.
Mm.
If you talk about satisfied, probably we always feel, of course, we will never feel contented and satisfied.
Yes. But
There's always
grateful
an
lah.
opportunity that you will say, I could have done better.
You could have done better, and
Yeah.
then you're grateful that you had the opportunity to be with her for that 2 years.
True.
and,
Yeah.
and to be with her.
Yes.
And
I always find that the
yeah.
fact that she was warded in the ICU as a reminder to me that your mom has actually, a reminder for me that my mom is actually not young, right?
Yes.
And she's ill. So I
Yes.
guess that period is a reminder for me that she needs my attention.
Yes. Oh
She
wow.
needs my
Okay.
attention now that she's in that condition. She needs my attention more.
Right.
So I think I am grateful for that reminder and that opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.